So, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to one of our sessions on how to generate a business idea. So, just to sum up where we stand, every one of you has developed a list of business ideas, and now we have to select one. So, select the one that is the most profitable, the most suitable one. So, the objective of the session is exactly how to make a short list of ideas, so ready from a long list to select just the best ones. How to gather information in order to then really validate one idea or not, and then how to do a SWOT analysis in order to really identify the best one. Okay? So just for an exercise, I made a list of business ideas so that we can play a little bit with these ones. I don't know if you can all read, but we have a company helping experts to find apartments in Bad Homburg or in Frankfurt. We have a clothes shop for teenagers in Bad Homburg. We have an elderly home in the Taunus, an Italian ice cream shop in Bad Homburg, a wholesaler selling plastic packages in Bad Homburg, and a business providing lunchboxes to companies in Bad Homburg. So now let's imagine that we are on a boat and it's full of business ideas, but it's really too full and we are going to sink if we keep all of them. So we have to throw out business ideas. So all together, just a brainstorming, and you also have to say why you're throwing out a business idea. So we really have just 1.5 minutes, otherwise we're going to sink. So just spontaneously, what are you
Italian
throwing?
ice cream shop, because there are already 2 ice cream shops in Bad Homburg.
They're also selling plastic packaging in Bad Homburg because plastic is not good for the environment.
No clothes shop for teenagers because they go shopping in Frankfurt.
Elderly home in towns is a good idea. There are so many of them and it's a good business.
And because we are working for a consulting company, I think the first option is very suitable, working with experts.
So we got rid of the clothes shop already, of the Italian ice cream, of the plastic packaging. We still need to throw out one.
Oh, one more.
Yeah, just to keep 2.
But the boxes, nobody mentioned the lunch boxes.
No, not yet.
Yeah, but I think it's a good idea. The clothes shop, the elderly home, there are so many already. Maybe there's no need for more.
So we're keeping, and it's also government.
We keep the first and the last, maybe?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, good. Okay, we're safe. It was quicker than expected.
They
Great.
can even be combined,
Yeah,
first with the last.
exactly. And now it doesn't mean that some were necessarily bad ideas. It's just that we cannot do everything, so we have to select one. So it's good because instinctively, while doing a filtering or a short list of ideas, you're already asking yourself the questions that you're supposed to ask yourself, which I've written here on this nice flip chart. So first of all, which need will my business fulfill? So for instance, if there are already too many ice cream shops, there's no really a need for ice cream, so maybe this idea is already discarded. What good or service will I provide? Also there you have to see if it makes sense in this place or not. So for instance, we had the teenage, it's connected to this one, to whom you will sell. If you sell clothes for teenagers, to teenagers in a place where maybe there are not so many teenagers, or they go somewhere else, then your idea might not be the best one. Or how will I sell my product? This is related here. There were not really ideas that we discarded for this reason, but here means if you sell directly or you sell through retailers or wholesaler and so on. And how much will my business depend upon and impact the environment? This was the case for the plastic packaging. You're not going to start a business where you know that, of course, you're not doing something nice for the environment. So basically, we went through the first step, so how to make a short list. So it's quite easy. You ask yourself these questions. But here, sometimes it seems very easy, but sometimes you don't have all information. So you cannot already just like that say, okay, I know all the answers. So what you do, the second step is to collect information, and you do it with a field study. So basically, a field study consists on making a list of information that you still need, identify with whom you're going to talk, and then formulate the questions. So do you have any ideas of people you could interview during a field study to find out also about all these points or further points that might be relevant?
Well, if we want to sell lunch boxes, I would interview a few companies that are located here in Bad Homburg to see if there is a demand. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, potential customers.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And then also check how many are vegetarian or vegans and or other
Well,
options.
maybe that would not be the first step. but-
Yeah.
Yeah, more
Yeah.
further away in the process.
Yeah, but that belongs anyway to a group of potential customers. Just finding out. These goes then into the questions. So first of all, you identify what is the information in general, with whom you're talking, and what specific questions you're asking. And of course, how many they would need, how often, what are the preferences, and so on. With whom else would you talk?
Maybe certain, sorry.
Sorry, no.
Certain authorities, for example, is it allowed to have a home for the elderly and to have it yourself, or do you need an organization behind it? What standards do you need? Okay, that would be the question then.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
You will also talk to maybe potential competitors in the market because you need to know what they are already doing.
Yeah. Exactly.
Do a focus group in another market where you have a good working business model.
Exactly. Yeah, you can talk in general with business people just to know how they did that. What are suggestions in general that could be valid for us other businesses? That's definitely a good point. And also you can talk with maybe financial institutions, banks, to see in case you need funding to know how that works. But that also belongs a bit to the group of talking with authorities, also finding out how to register your company, all this kind of information. So, well, now of course we cannot do a field study, but we just assume or pretend that we did a field study for these two business ideas that we have selected. I can go back to our business ideas. So basically we have these ones and this one. And now, once you gather all information with a field study, do you have questions, by the way, about the field study? No?
How much time should you take for the field study?
It really depends. I mean, you take your time until you have all the information. Of course, if you're doing a training and then you have some session after, maybe you have, I don't know, 1 week, so you have to do it in 1 week. But it depends on availability. It's better to take a bit more time and get all information than starting a business or selecting an idea and you don't really have all information.
With the first idea, I find it a bit difficult to identify how do you get expats to be interested in your service.
To talk with, find potential customers, of course. Yeah, but there it could be useful to talk maybe with experts already here to know what were their challenges and what were their issues when coming here.
Then you speak to the companies and you offer your service to the company.
Yeah,
and then
that would
refer
be
it
a
to the
possibility,
experts.
yes.
Yeah.
Or use Facebook groups
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
see who is already connected.
Experts in towns. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so basically after the first short list, after the field study, you have a short list and you already have more information and you can do a nice SWOT analysis. So SWOT analysis, for those who are not familiar with it, is an analysis of strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats of your business idea. So it's important to distinguish. On the one hand, we have strengths and weaknesses that refer to the business, so they're internal elements. So they can be strengths, for instance, skills that you have that are needed for that, and weaknesses, maybe skills that you're missing still. Then you have opportunities and threats, which are on the other hand external factors. So for instance, if you need employees or you need support, if there are no people with that skill around, then maybe it could be difficult. Or it could be, for instance, an opportunity if there are no competitors in that field. So I would like you now to do in groups a little SWOT analysis. You can decide. I think Diana really likes
No, I like the last
the lunch boxes. Just 5 minutes, and then we can discuss it, or maybe let's say 4 minutes. Okay. Of course, you have to make so many assumptions because you didn't do a field study and you don't have all elements. But just find some points, some strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats for your business idea, and then we discuss all together and how to proceed after it.
So the two groups will focus on the same idea?
No, we would do 2 different ones. Okay. So maybe your group can do the lunch boxes, and the other group can do the company helping experts. Okay. And you can ask me questions anytime when you need.
Okay.
SWOT.
Strengths and weaknesses, huh?
Business profile lunchboxes.
Strength.
Okay, so should we presume that we already have, I mean, are we starting from ground zero? Or do we presume that we have, let's say, a small restaurant and we're starting from there?
Das ist maybe small.
Let's say we have something
Maybe
on
here
the
we could
ground.
put something
Like
like,
a
maybe we
local
are
presence.
expats ourselves,
Local
So
and
yes,
you know,
you
we know
have
the
the means
procedure,
for
so
the business. You have the place where you can cook. You have
Yeah.
the, let's say, the permissions,
You know
the
the situation
certificates, and
inside.
whatever.
yeah,
From
like
the inside.
insider perspective,
And
it's
all
like
the
this,
health
yeah.
permissions, this and that and the other. and you
So
know,
those are the strengths
this
already,
is a
no?
strength, yeah,
If you have it.
if you have it.
Do we start from zero? Or we have already a company?
No, you are just selecting an idea. So right now
we
you're
don't
in the
have
undecided
anything.
between the
You
two,
have,
and you're trying to select, and so
So
you're
you don't have
identifying.
anything, you start from zero.
You start
Yeah.
from zero, but of
Yeah,
course you might have, for
we-
instance, you might be very good at cooking. I mean, you might have already
Oder wir
some
sind
Okay.
skills.
So
Makler,
it's
aber
the
wir sind
feasibility
keine-
of
Ja,
the
das können wir
idea
auch
that
sagen.
Exactly.
we are
Yeah.
Wir
evaluating.
können ja beides
Ja.
haben.
Okay,
Wir können ja
so we
trotzdem
can
auch
cook.
sozusagen
Yeah, we can cook. Okay, that's a
Freundeskreis oder sowas. Ne? Also man
Then a weakness is
Okay.
everything
Hilfe
that you just
nehmen,
said.
From friends. Expert friends.
Or maybe
Yeah.
cooking is like a strength,
Das heißt,
but it's
machen
also
wir,
in terms of
real
human
estate
resources. So we
agents,
have the
genau.
human resources to do this, right?
Also wir sind.
Yeah, but you don't
beruflich
only need to cook, you need
Und
somebody
dann
then
würden wir uns quasi
to just keep.
spezialisieren.
Yeah, okay, so
Und,
you think
und dann
about the
könnte
skills.
irgendwie vielleicht unser,
So
unser Weakness sein,
Cooking
dass
is
wir
like
halt
the cook and then
irgendwie,
the distributor.
Driving.
Distributor,
Yes.
the
Cooking and
driver.
driving, you have this. Let's say that you
diesen
can be
Bedarf
aggressive.
Cooking and driving
treffen
we
können.
can
Also
do.
das ist vielleicht schwierig, aber auch das mit
And yeah, we should limit
Aber
ourselves
das,
to
das
And
ist
let's
das
say-
area,
Stimmt, das ist
eines,
eines,
was wir,
ja, stimmt, stimmt.
ich finde das
Then you
total
need more than
schwer.
one driver,
Ja.
because if you
Ja.
want to serve it at a certain time,
The weakness from this point of view is that time. You cannot cook and drive
Wir kennen nur, wir haben nur
Well, it
begrenzten
cannot be
Zugang, wir kennen nicht
one
alle
person.
Experts.
Yeah, that's what I
Right.
mean.
Exactly.
Wir kennen nur
You
so
need,
eine,
you need
wir haben nur so
the-
limitierte
Genau, weil wir
employees,
halt
you
sonst
need,
irgendwie mit anderen Kunden zusammengearbeitet
no,
haben.
I'm
Genau.
Also wir
looking
kennen
for the word,
vielleicht
it's
nur
employees, but
Anglo-Sachsen, aber wir kennen nicht den Asian Market oder irgendwie sowas. Ne?
size you need,
Mhm.
let's say just personnel, and that's it. You need personnel.
personnel is a weakness,
No,
because we don't have it.
The quantity,
Yeah, I mean, you need scale.
scale. Oh, okay.
Mm.
What
You-
about
you
the
don't-
lunch boxes itself, like the materials? Because
But that's
This is the
external,
reason.
right? Because we said that strength is internal,
Okay.
Yeah.
weakness is internal, and the rest is external.
That's
So
Yeah.
maybe we can go,
Okay.
that's a good idea, we can write it down that it depends on the opportunity is that there is a card box factory in your area.
sogar Corona nehmen.
That would be your
That's an opportunity because you can make your boxes
a
there.
service, local service provider.
Exactly, yeah.
Genau. Ja.
But then the
Also
threat,
A weakness could also be that there are different companies already in the market for that.
yes, the threat,
And then you have to see where to place yourself.
the threat I believe could be, let's say,
But isn't it the threat?
Yeah.
Then, yeah, it's the threat, right?
Yeah.
If there are more
Competition.
competitors,
Yeah.
competition, yeah.
competition.
Und
is very
vielleicht
strong.
ist dann halt auch, also was irgendwie
And
eine
then
wirklich innovative Sache ist.
Just really
Und
10, 15 seconds.
And the threat
Okay.
is also what you just said in the beginning, that you need to get all of the approvals and
Yeah,
certificates
yeah.
and whatever.
Legal,
man
legal conditions or framework.
Yeah,
Administrative,
Okay.
from the
administrative.
health
es gibt da eine
authority, I
Marke,
think that's the
in die wir
main
halt rein können.
issue.
Okay.
Ja.
Mhm.
Also das
Okay, let's
Bedarf
Limited
one more
offers,
strength and
limited
weakness.
offers.
So strength is
Ich meine,
that you
jetzt
don't
wird
need
sein,
big,
dass die Firmen
I mean, strength
keine
is really big
Service
scale from the point of view that
Yeah,
you don't need
yeah,
location,
yeah,
restaurant, and you don't need to pay
Dass
high
man
rent
dann
and so on.
sozusagen
That's-
letzten Endes keine
So it's the
Kunden
size
hätte,
of the
obwohl
business
man
and
eigentlich
necessarily
für
need to be big.
die Serviceleistung
So it's not
an sich
costly.
So,
schon
sorry, time is up. I know it was a very short time, but just to learn how to start thinking about the SWOT analysis. So, which group would you like to start? Just quickly.
Okay, I mean we can start. So for our expats, let's say business, we identified as strength that we have some kind of insider perspectives because we have a lot of friends who were or are currently expats, so we know their struggles, and then we have the real estate knowledge because we are actually real estaters. So we just specialize on that, so we know how this business is done.
Weaknesses?
Sorry. The weakness would be that we have limited knowledge regarding our customer group, and let's say we only know so much about Anglo-Saxon, yeah, countries,
Cultures.
yeah,
Culture.
culture, but let's say not for like Asian people. So as an example.
Okay, the threats would be economic development. If the economy goes down, no customers, no expats coming. Corona, if there's no travels, and perhaps the companies won't pay for the service. Whereas the opportunities is the infrastructure with the International Frankfurt Airport, and we found out through our field studies that this is a really innovative idea. So far, there's limited competition.
Yeah, very good. Just want to quickly share.
Okay, the strength, our strengths are that we can already cook, and we have a car, we can drive. We have several cars, and this is our strength. Weakness, I forgot. The scale. Yeah,
You need more people, you need more than one
we're not
person
sure
to
if
do the
it's enough
projects.
that it's only the three of us. It could
You need
be
more
that we
personnel.
need
Yeah.
more stuff. Opportunity is that we already identified a cardbox factory that's close by where we could order the boxes because we don't want to use plastic or styrofoam. And the threat is, of course, the competition and all the approvals from the health authorities and from the state.
Yeah.
Statewide.
Thank you very much. I think you're really experienced in SWOT analysis. So basically at this point, imagine that you would be just one entrepreneur or a group of entrepreneurs with one business idea. You would have already more elements, of course, by doing a field study to really then select which one is the most suitable. Of course, right now it's just an exercise, but still, I hope it was useful. Here. So it was useful this session to just know which questions to ask to make a short list, what to do in a field study, and then how to do a SWOT analysis to then select your suitable ideas. Do you have any questions?
No? Thank you very much.
Then thanks a lot for your
Thank
active
you.
participation, and see you soon.